Hello and welcome back to the Women's Rugby Show. I'm Sam, by the way, and thank you for pressing play on episode 5 from our Midlands/West team. Today I'm back at the windy Alpas Arena in Hartpury to see Gloucester-Hartpury take on Sale Sharks women in its rearranged Allianz Premier 15's round 3 fixture. Before we get on with the usual analysis, action and interviews that you're used to from the Women's Rugby Show, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the Women's Rugby Show on YouTube and turn on those notifications so you never miss an episode. Follow us across all social medias and check out our sponsor Rugby RFC, who make awesome modern clothing for women's rugby. And we'll put a link to their website in the description. Have you done all that? Yeah? Let's get on with the action. These rearranged matches have become a bit of a theme for me so far this season. On Halloween I saw Bristol Bears take on Wasps. Now it's the first ever meeting of Gloucester-Hartpury and Sale Sharks women. I'd normally analyse the head-to-head record of these two teams and see what the history books say. But with neither of them ever playing each other, it's impossible to do that today. So instead I'm going to look at their form to see who's going to take this one. Sean Lynn's side sit 5th in the table with 2 wins and 2 losses. These 2 defeats came in games against Loughborough Lightning and Saracens women, 2 games that I covered for the Women's Rugby Show, so apologies for that, Gloucester-Hartpury. Their wins have come against West Country rivals Bristol Bears last week and Premier 15's newcomers Exeter Chiefs. Their opposition today are also newcomers to the league's Sale Sharks. After last week's debut on the show, they're back today looking for their first ever Premier 15's win. Despite having yet to win in the Premier 15's, Darren Lehman's side have impressed in their performances so far this season, including against 2 of the top teams in the league, Saracens women and Harlequins, and they'll take confidence from those performances coming into today. A bonus point win today will put Gloucester-Hartpury 4th in the league and into a playoff place, and they'll be confident coming into this game after a comfortable win away at Bristol Bears last weekend. Last time we saw them against Saracens, however, they struggled to control the tempo of the game and were dominated by the power of the London side's forward pack. But against Bristol, they turned the tables around and exploited the Bears through the pace and skill of their backline, with the impressive Welsh international Hannah Jones starring in the victory. As I mentioned earlier, the London team of the Women's Rugby Show watched the Sale Sharks last week and were extremely impressed with the North West side's performance against one of the leading teams in the country in Harlequins. But with Mara Grieve and Katie Daly-McLean missing today, Sale have a new 9-10 axis, with Jessica Roberts starting at scrum half and Jess Wooden moving from full-back to fly half. Robertson and Wooden will be hoping to get the Sharks' backline firing and give the impressive Laura PERRIN and Elisa Newman try-scoring opportunities, which they've lacked so far this season. Despite Sale improving week on week, I think it's a tough ask for them to come away with a victory, with Gloucester-Hartpury just having too much firepower in the backline, with a number of their starting lineups today being ones to watch, with Millie Wood, Kelly Smith and Hannah Jones all looking to add to their try-scoring tally, which they've reached so far this season. So I think it's going to be a Gloucester-Hartpury win and a Gloucester-Hartpury bonus point win, but I do think the Sharks will provide stiff opposition for Gloucester-Hartpury, and they'll have to watch out that they don't get exploited like they did against Saracens. But here are the 2 teams that are going to take the pitch behind me for this round 3 contest. Gloucester-Hartpury have made 3 changes to their side, who beat Bristol Bears last weekend. The only change in the backline sees Kelly Smith come back into the side after being on England duty, in place of Ellie Underwood, who dropped to the bench. In the forwards, Catherine Buggy starts at loose head prop due to Eleanor Perry's Red Roses call-up. The other change sees Bethan Lewis coming into the side at blindside flanker, with Sean Williams moving to number 8 in place of Shona Powell-Hughes. Alongside Underwood dropping to the substitutes, there are a further 2 changes to the bench, with Amber Robson and Georgia Brock coming in to complete the 23. Darren Lehman makes 4 changes to his Sale Sharks women's side that lost to Harlequins last weekend. With last week's starting halfbacks absent, the Sharks make 2 changes in the backline, with Lauren Delaney starting at fullback, shifting Jess Wooden to fly half, with Jessica Roberts starting in the 9 shirt. In the pack, Aisha Abi Mezouk comes into the starting 15 at loosehead prop after impressing from the bench last week. The final change to the side sees Lucy Winter starting, swapping places with Georgie Perez-Redding, who drops to the bench. As well as Perez-Redding dropping to the bench, there are 3 more changes to the substitutes, with Freya Helen, Georgia Kyle and Sarah Cornforth all coming into the 23. So a tough fought win, but a second win in a row. How does it feel?
Yeah, definitely. It was a tough start. We came out a bit slow, but second half we stuck together as a team, worked together, and eventually got the win towards the end.
Yeah, how do you think that you made a couple of subs in the first half and at half time as well? Do you think they made a big impact in?
Yeah, definitely across the board. Our whole 23, we've got great players who can just slide in and step up to the standards.
How important do you feel it is to keep winning at the moment when there's so many teams playing really well?
Yeah, definitely. It's really important to keep that winning ethos, keep being positive, keep working on our work-ons, and yeah, like no one likes to lose, so yeah, we want to be that winning team.
You're pushing Wasps for that top 4 spot now. Do you feel that's where you belong this season?
Yeah, definitely. We've got Wasps coming up, and yeah, we'll go out and get them.
And how privileged do you feel to still be playing during a lockdown at the moment?
Yeah, definitely very privileged. We're very lucky to the facilities we have, and you know the coaches around us are very supportive. So yeah, I'm really happy to be here.
Next week against Quins, a big team in the league. How important do you feel it is to prepare for that really well?
Yeah, we've got momentum now. We're on that winning ethos that I was talking about. So yeah, great.
Yeah, perfect. And congratulations for being our man of the match as well.
Thank you very much.
There you go. So disappointing to lose again, but it was close. Where do you feel that went wrong out there for you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely disappointing in the end, but amazing to get our first bonus point for Sale Sharks of this season. I think we had an absolutely cracking first half to be 14-7 at half time, and we felt like we had the momentum and really strong. I think just that second half, Gloucester really came back at us, and I don't think we got out of our own half, unfortunately. But overall, a really good performance that I think we're really proud of.
You mentioned that bonus point. How important you feel that is to kind of kick-start the season?
Yeah, I mean, amazing. You know, really good to get on that scoreboard, and really important, I think, for morale and everything. And I think more importantly, to be within 4 points of a pretty class side that have been top 4 the last few years. Yeah, really exciting, and a big few weeks for us coming up.
You've played Saracens and Quins, but how do you kind of prepare for games when you've not actually got that first win yet?
I think we just keep focusing on us. We keep focusing on the games that we've played, the momentum we've created, the progress that we've made. Like over the last few months, we've made massive progress as a new team in the league, and I think as long as we keep focusing on us and that, and then each step that we make and the step up, I think we'll only get better with time.
And Worcester next week, how are you going to go prepare for that one now?
Yeah, again, we're going to review this game and make sure that we take all the positives that have come from it, definitely work on that breakdown, and reduce hopefully the turnovers at the breakdown, and again just create that momentum and focus on what we can bring, and hopefully get our first win.
And more personally, obviously the country's in lockdown at the moment. How privileged do you feel to still be playing at sport?
Yeah, massively privileged. You know, it's amazing, and all credit to kind of Gloucester here and the whole setup and Sale Sharks and everything. They've put a lot of effort in, and there's a lot of work going on in the background to make sure everything's as safe as possible. So yeah, amazing and privileged, and hopefully we've put a good game on for everyone to watch today.
Brilliant, thank you, and congrats on the first point as well.
Cheers, thanks.
And it's full time here at the Alpas Arena. Gloucester-Hartpury getting the win 17-14 over Sale Sharks women. Sale Sharks went into the half-time break 14-7 up, and they were very much deserving of that lead. They were really impressive, and they exploited the weaknesses that Gloucester had against Saracens, but they just didn't do it to the level Saracens did, and not extending that lead enough, because Gloucester-Hartpury came back in the second half and were dominant. I don't think Sale got out of their half for any of the half at all, and they were pretty much in the 22 for most of it, defending their line, but they did defend it extremely well. Gloucester only getting 1 try in the second half through Hannah Jones, and Hannah Jones made the difference really for Gloucester. She was immense in attack and in defence, and she kind of got Gloucester back into the game when they were struggling, when they were on the back foot. She kind of shone from nowhere. She did everything that she had to do and what was asked of her, and it was a great performance from Hannah and from Gloucester. But Sale Sharks were really impressive once again. Really impressed with them, and it's not going to be long till they get that first win. They got their first point of the season today, so congratulations to them, but it's not going to be long for that first win. It's coming, and I can assure you that they were very impressive in both attack and defence. They pushed Gloucester hard in attack in the first half. 2 impressive tries, one from Laura PERRIN in last chip and chase, and one from the forwards, which was driven over. And in the second half, they defended their line exceptionally. They stopped Gloucester scoring a number of tries, which Gloucester probably should have scored. but Sale defended them and kept them out, and that win will come. But it's so nice to see the Northwest club making a difference in the Premier 15s, making an impact, and the win's going to come. So thank you for watching the Women's Rugby Show, and if you haven't done so already, make sure you like this video, follow us across all social medias, and check out Rugby RFC, our sponsor. And thank you and goodbye.